Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to crochet some super snuggly, very easy to make crochet slippers. I'm using this Bernat blanket yarn. It's so incredibly soft. Might not be the easiest yarn to work with, to be honest with you, because it is kind of hard to see your stitches because it's so thick and puffy, but it is the best for making slippers. I absolutely love it. So, and also I'm using a 8mm crochet hook. Okay, so we're going to start with our starting loop. You're going to wrap that yarn around your finger and just let it kind of gently cross over. Pick up a little piece of that bottom bit and push a little bit of that top piece through and give it a tug to reveal a loop. Put your hook in and just secure it on there. Okay, so we are going to be, in this video tutorial, I'm working on a woman's size 8 and 9, okay, approximately. So we are going to begin by making a chain of 20. So you're going to yarn over your hook and pull it right through that loop. That's it, that's simple. For those of you that are brand new to crochet, that's how you make your chain. You just yarn over your hook and pull it right through the loop that's already on the hook. Yarn over and pull it through, yarn over, pull it through. So keep on going until you get to 20. Pause the video, make a chain of 20, and then come back. Okay, so now that you have your chain of 20, we are going to, in the second chain from the hook, so here's your first chain, in the second chain there, we're gonna do a single crochet. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull through both. Okay, so let me show you again. So you're going to push your hook in the chain there, yarn over your hook, pull up a loop. Now you've got 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull right through both loops. Okay, so you're just going to go ahead and work 1 single crochet in every single chain all the way down the row, and then come back. Okay, so now that you've finished doing your single crochets all the way down the row, and you're here at the end, you're going to chain 1. So just yarn over your hook and pull through that loop, and you're going to turn your work. Now going back down, we're going to single crochet in every stitch. So it looks a little bit different than a chain, because when you look at a stitch, you see this little V shape on top, and it's like you're going through 2 little pieces of yarn. You see it there? It's a little hard to see. Okay, yarn over, pull up your loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. The single crochet is the same. All right, so you're just going to continue on working a single crochet into every single stitch all the way down the row. At the end of the row, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work, and then you're going to do single crochets in every single stitch all the way down again. And you're going to chain 1 and turn your work, and you're going to continue on repeating these rows until you have completed a total of 20, and then come back. Okay, so now that you have finished doing your 20 rows of single crochet, you're going to pull a really long tail end. So we're going to do some sewing right now. Just take a pair of scissors, fasten that off, and just pull it the rest of the way through. And using a yarn needle, let's get it on the end there. Where is that end? Oh. Okay, so just get that ready. So what we're going to do, now I want to point out to you that you don't have to be a super great sewer or anything, but we do have to create a seam for the toe, the top, and the heel. So we're going to do that right now by folding into thirds. So let me try and get a good angle here for you. Okay. So you're going to take this one side, fold it in, and then the other side and fold that in as well. So you have this little rectangle thing going on here. And then using your yarn needle, So make sure I have it nice and even there. We're going to sew through each of the stitches in 1, 2, 3 layers. And you're just going to go ahead and pull that right through and go in and out, sewing that closed all the way across, and then come back. Okay, so when you get to the end here, you're just going to take your yarn needle and sort of push it just through. This reinforces the stitches that you just did, while at the same time it's getting us over to this edge that we need to be working in right now. So I'm just, there's no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing right now. Oh, sorry, that wasn't a very good angle. I'm really just gently getting it back through some of the stitches here up into this top corner that we're going to need to work from. So now you have your work like this. You're going to just gently open it so you have about halfway down is this diagonal line. So now using your yarn needle, you're going to sew along this outer edge of stitches about halfway down your slipper. So go ahead and do that and then come back. Okay, so now that you've finished going down, you'll notice here I'm ending here because I just, along the top here, because I don't want to snip off, I don't want to fasten off my yarn right here at an opening because that little end piece might kind of stick out now and then it's going to drive me crazy. And I definitely would not want that to happen to anyone who I sell a pair of slippers to or gift a pair of slippers to. So I just sort of weaved just like I did here when I went across, but then here when I went across and then I gently came back along the top of the stitches. That's what I did here. I just sort of went in and out of these little loops to bring it back up about halfway. And this is where I will fasten off. Okay, and now we're going to go here to where the heel is. So using your yarn needle, you're just going to you're going to weave in and out of these stitches to close up this seam and then come back. Okay, so now that you've finished that, you can just go ahead and hide whatever tail ends that you still have poking out. Okay, and I just hide it through the stitches because you just don't want it to poke out at any point. You want your work to be secure. All right, and then you can go ahead and fasten that off. Okay, so now you've got your slipper there. Let me just fix that view, sorry. Okay, so it's inside out right now, obviously. You're gonna just flip it around to reveal your adorable, super snuggly finished slipper. Okay, now you're gonna repeat these exact same steps for the other foot. The only difference is when we were folding it over, we went from right to left when we were making those thirds. So now for the other foot, you'll go left to right. Just because you want it to look like a left and a right slipper. One other little tip from when you went, because you were working on it and it was inside out, when you flipped it around, you might notice that here there's like a little flap because we worked along the edge of the seam, which is here. I don't know if you could see, it's right along here. Okay, so it is closed, it is sealed, but if that bothers you, it's really not a big deal. Just cut another piece of the yarn and go ahead and fasten it up and hide, just make sure you hide the tail end on the stitches inside, but you can easily close that up just by weaving another string of yarn through the edge of these stitches. And that's it.